certainly a chance for Nigeria. Still the chance is there. Canoe! Saved by Cʀᴜ. They're appealing for a handball here. Yeah, they seem to come off the top of the forearm, just close to the inside of the elbow, and I reckon it's a penalty for Nigeria. Referee, there's the frame. Penalty it is. Those 8 minutes are going to be the tensest in this competition so far for both sides. Easy conversion by Ajibade. Cʀᴜ absolutely rooted to the spot. Who would doubt against Nigeria? Another opportunity here for Tenwa. Keepers off the line. Goal! Tenwa Chawinga. Transition football once again by Malawi. Nigeria hunting for the equalizer. But at the moment, Nigeria nowhere near the goal of Malawi. And even if they do score a goal, first of all, they're going to get the ball 80 meters up the field of play, bang it in past to Mercy Cʀᴜ, who unfortunately for Malawi won't keep a clean sheet. I don't think she'll mind if the scoreline stays the way it does. Kanu will sneak the ball in the back of the net. They've scored a second. Nowhere near offside. It's good positioning. Nice finish as well. Cʀᴜ with a soft right hand gets beaten.
Hello, my name is Godwin Enoch and I'm a broadcast journalist. Yes, my friend will tell me that I am a sport administrator by accident. Listen every day of the weekday to Sports Cruise on Mainland FM. God bless you.
Just move on up toward your destination. Though you may find from time to time complication.
All right, guys, and welcome to Sports Cruise Live for 98.3 FM, the sound of Lagos. Well, it was a disappointing start for the Super Falcons of Nigeria, just as they lost to WAFCON debutant Malawi with Chawinga sisters, of course, both the elder and the younger sister, scoring 2 goals as well as 1 goal respectively to save the Super Falcons in their commencement of the defense of their WAFCON trophy.
Hush not, child, and don't cry.
And in the world of F1, well, the 2026 season could be ending in Europe, just as Qatar as well as Abu Dhabi. Of course, currently trying as much as possible to settle all of those, wars that are going on right there in the East. And of course, according to the president of the F1, we could be seeing an end to the 2026 season in Europe in the event that the final 2 scheduled races, in Qatar as well as Abu Dhabi, need to be relocated because of the ongoing conflict going on right there in the Middle East.
Then the supreme best.
And right there in Glasgow at the ongoing Commonwealth Games 2026, Nigeria still sits 5th when it comes to the medals table with 6 gold medals, 4 bronze medals, as well as 2 bronze medals. As yesterday, they were unable to get, they were yet to get a bronze medal, but of course, due to a couple of games as well as what's it called now, events that they had to participate in, Nigeria has now gotten themselves 2 bronze medals. So as it stands right now, the total medal all for Team Nigeria stands at 12.
Just move on up.
And in the world of transfers, well, very quickly as well, we cannot confirm to you that Danny Welbeck, the former Manchester United, former Arsenal, and now soon to be former Brighton and Hove Albion striker is now set for a move to Chelsea after Brighton and Hove Albion okayed the medical that could be seen, that could be that could make his move to Chelsea a done deal. Well, Liverpool's former captain Jordan Henderson could also be moving to Chelsea after it was also announced that he decided to terminate his contract with the Sound of Lagos. Well, a lot of things to talk about in the world of sport. We can also confirm to you as well that Neymar Jr. has also finally hung his boots when it comes to playing for the Brazilian national team, where he decided that his time with Brazil is over and he is now hereby retired from international football. Well, on the show as well this evening, we'll try as possible to take a look at Premier League clubs that have completed their major summer transfer deals when it comes to this summer. And Arsenal's defender Jurgen Timber has now left Arsenal camp in order to check what has gone wrong with him, because of course he traveled back to London from Arsenal's training camp in Spain in a move related to the groin injury that caused him to miss at the end of last season, as well as also costing him a place in the Netherlands World Cup squad. Again, welcome to Sports Cruise 98.3 FM at the Sound of Lagos. My name is Aɗe Tọ́mọ̀bánjọ, also known as Agbatomi, and of course yesterday being the 29th day in the month of July 2026, it is very special day here in the office. It's the birthday of our colleague, one of the finest sports as well as a political journalist you can ever find around, in person of Okwemi Akinode. And Okwemi Akinode is not around. He had to just quickly just have some good time, but of course he should be joining us very soon. And of course, do not forget, you can also join the conversation 036,000 410 410. Before we forget, yesterday, before the Super Falcons got their 2026 WAFCON campaign underway, they were of course giving their 2024 WAFCON promises, or rather I say their 2024 WAFCON promises that were given to them after they had won the WAFCON were fulfilled just a few hours before they took on Malawi. Well, they were given of course documents to the houses, as well as a national national honor certificate. However, it remains to be seen if the $100,000 promises by the president is now being fulfilled, as well as the $50,000 promises by president to the management staff has also been fulfilled. But of course, as it stands, they will now begin to look forward to the next game that will be played against Zambia, with the girls ready to return back to the winning ways. Because if you take a look at it as well, before that game yesterday, the Falcons had won 4 out of their last 5 games, and against debutant Malawi, a lot of people expected them to take them to the cleaners. Unfortunately, it was the other way around. 3-2 it ended in favor of the Malawians, and of course it had to take another late goal in order to make it a much respectable scoreline. 3-2 it ended, just like I said, with the likes of Rashid Ajibari, the captain, obviously scoring from penalty spot, where they were also debatable, playing style of the goalkeeper, talking about Chiamaka Nnadozie. But of course, all of this and more, when we return from this short break, we have to pay some bills right now at the dot of 8:14. When we come back, I would also talk about what went wrong, why the Super Falcons turned on the button of self-destruction, and of course, we'll also see where we go from here. This is still Sports Cruise 98.3 FM, the Sound of Lagos.
You're listening to Mainland 98.3 FM. The Sound of Lagos.
1xBet, where sports come alive. Visit the site or app and join the game and promo. Get a chance to win an iPhone 16, cash prizes up to 750,000 naira, and a weekly free bet of up to 20%. More bets mean more tickets and rewards. Enter the promo code Nigeria on and boost your game to the max. 1xBet, game on, together in the game. Bet responsibly. 18 plus. T's and C's apply.
Chai, my head oh. Oga landlord, why you dey shake like ceiling fan? My village people don't come again oh. This one with your body hot so, you don't do test? Yes, see result oh. Oga landlord, no be your village people oh. Na malaria, you need Luta. Luta na better medicine wey dey knack down malaria. Oya see am, take am. Thank you Oga Luta. I don't dey kampe. Luta, brand of Artemata and Lumefantrine, is another quality product from Hovid, marketed by Pharmatex Nigeria Limited. If symptoms persist after 3 days, see your doctor.
Everybody say thanks, Luta. Malaria's in big trouble.
Hey, Fela Remembrance Concert, don't land again, no. This annual 3-day Fela Remembrance Concert go show face live for him home, the New African Shrine for Ikeja, Lagos. This concert go show the face of Fela Pikin himself, will be Seun Kuti. Others na Alhaji Alao Sule Malaika, Terry Akpala. Talk of the town will be Testimony King Jaga, Portable Ogo Ibadan, Alhaji Tiri Leda, plus other Ogbonga musicians will go make this concert bang bang jiggy jiggy. This concert go show face for 31st July, land August 4th. So to enter na free, but for August 2nd will be the last day of the show. To enter na chicken money 5,000 naira only with plenty gifts. Oya come jollificate the music of this great African musician. Fela shook body with us for New African Shrine for 31st of July, land August 2nd, as we celebrate Baba himself. The people will bring this show for Nadomon, na Action Beaters, Chelsea London Dry Gin, Bullet, Opaque, with support of First Exposure, Egypt 80 Band, City Boys Clothing Brand, Kalakuta Museum, plus the Big Band. Host na the New African Shrine, na Street Media land this show for Nadomon.
Everybody say, yeah, yeah.
Mainland 98.3 FM, the sound of Lagos.
At Mainland FM, we take our stand between the power and the people, not partisan. We bend to no side. Truth is our side, and we never run. Bitter or sweet, we say it straight. Building fairness for all sides. Mainland 98.3 FM, the sound of Lagos.
1xBet, where sports come alive. Join the game and promo on the site or app. Win an iPhone 16 and cash prizes up to 750,000 naira. Enter promo code Nigeria on and boost your game. 1xBet, game on, together in the game. Bet responsibly. 18 plus. T's and C's apply.
New Bisco Coaster time is for you and I. You can vibe with it at snack time. Creamy, crunchy. Pick it, eat it, have it, share it. New Bisco there for you. Creamy, crunchy. Pick it, eat it, have it, share it. New Bisco there for you.
Creamy, crunchy, New Bisco Coaster.
Lagos they move, Lagos they shine. From vision to legacy, legacy to continuity.
My father used to say, Entobani Ilera, and what could be better than a government that puts the health of its people first? Today, more Lagosians now have access to affordable health insurance through Ilera Eco. Children now have new hope through the Mercy Children's Hospital at Adeniji Adele. Families in Iba, Ojo now have quality health care through the new 280-bed General Hospital. Expectant mothers and newborns are receiving quality care through mother and child centers in Ekpe, Aja, Badagry, Surulere, and Igondo. In fact, new health facilities in Ikorodu, Ikotun, and Ekpe, because when people have good health, they truly have everything. That is the legacy Governor Babajide Olusola Sanwo-Olu is building for every Lagosian. Because, after all, Ilera Loro, Babajide Olusola Sanwo-Olu, leaving a lasting legacy.
Ladies and gentlemen, the bride and groom are about to cut the cake.
It's about to go down.
What? My
My love, wetin happen?
Before I marry you, the TV where you promise, the fridge nko, where you dey? Washing machine nko, will I be using my hands to wash clothes in 2026?
Cancel this wedding. Relax, everybody. Who said I must buy everything once? I use CDK. CDK? Yes, so I dey pay small. Fridge, washing machine, even solar system. Now CDK.
So all those things don't already dey house?
Abba, since last month.
Pastor, continue the wedding.
Walk on down, join together.
Why stress yourself? Get phones, TVs, solar appliances, furniture, and more on CDK. Pay small. Zero interest, normal market price. Download CDK today.
For more inquiries, visit 82 Ijesha Road, Surulere, Lagos, Nigeria. Please call 0707 454 2997.
CDK, pay small, live big. You're listening to Mainland 98.3 FM. The sound of Lagos.
Oh, yes! He done it! That's astonishing. It's absolutely world class.
This is not your regular sports show. This is Sport Cruise, only on Mainland 98.3 FM, the sound of Lagos. From hot transfer gist to Champions League drama, from Nigeria football madness to global sport cruise, we bring the vibes, the analysis, and pure football fire.
On your marks, get set, go! Iguodala to Curry, back to Iguodala, up for the layup. Oh, blocked by James! LeBron James with the rejection.
No long talk. This is where sports meets swagger. No boring breakdowns, just pure energy, passion, and premium banter with your favorite crew on deck every week. Sport Cruise, where sports meets vibe.
That is a princely strike from John Duran. Open now.
Celebration. Sport Cruise, 6 p.m. weekdays on 98.3 Mainland FM. The cruise never stops.
Hello, my name is Cʀᴜɪnᴏ and I'm a broadcast journalist. Yes, my friend will tell me that I am a sport administrator by accident. Listen every day of the weekday to Sports Cruise on Mainland FM. God bless you.
Hello there, your number one sports show on radio, Sports Cruise, from 6 to 7 p.m. every weekday, only on 98.3 Mainland FM. Sports Cruise, 6 p.m. weekdays on 98.3 Mainland FM. The cruise never stops.
Give me freedom, give me fire, give me reason, take me on. You know, hey,
Hey, nice. Nice. That's good. Check. Hey, my name and game striking so hard, make you go insane. Hey, I be the chosen one. I remain no para of Niger land. My brain drain, working all day like say I know be my man. The street keep urging me to do more. Once more I come with this brand new one. Own animosity, I be the great one. I'm a boy sure I'm beyond the fifth top. But you more can, just like chameleon. All of my shikata love bagado. Ikimuji no sorry, I think you should know. So I beg you, Papa will let me make it happy. Most incredible. Out of Nigeria, step on Nigeria. Street credibility together. Check my fans, but don't be lie. Yeah, don't be lie. Yeah, don't be lie. Don't be lie. Give me one love. As I come here before you, I will talk about as I see am. I don't go use any sugar cover am. Call me your malam, and I know you understand am. I see go the stress and time, no they use for grand farm. I know we always peacefully do it very nicely.
All right, guys, welcome back to the show. This is still Sports Cruise live from the 98.3 FM, the sound of Lagos. Well, of course, yes, of course, it's going to be a very, very promising and also entertaining show. And we also commence the show this evening with the ongoing Commonwealth Games, with Team Nigeria leading Africa when it comes to the Commonwealth Games with 12 medals. On top of that, talking about the medal standings, we have Australia in first with 35 gold medals. We also have 18 silver medals as well as 28 bronze medals. And in second, we have Canada. We have 37. In third, we have England with 10 gold medals, 19 silver medals, and 15 bronze medals with 44. In fourth, we have Scotland. And in fifth, we have Team Nigeria leading Africa, of course, with 6 gold medals, 4 silver medals, and also 2 bronze medals. And of course, just a couple of minutes ago, we also got the confirmation that Nigeria recorded its first medal in high jump in the Commonwealth Games, just as Team ഑ Additional delivered one of the most historic performances of Team Nigeria's campaign at the ongoing Glasgow 2026 Commonwealth Games. She won bronze in the women's high jump to end a 72-year wait of Bukola Olokpade of the National Sports Commission. In a statement just a few minutes ago disclosed that she came behind Australia's Eleanor Patterson as well as Nicola Olislaga. About the Super Falcons of Nigeria. Debutant Malawi, announced that their arrival at the 2026 Women's Africa Cup of Nations in stunning fashion yesterday after they defeated the defending champions of the Women's Africa Cup of Nations, Nigeria, 3-2 in a very entertaining Group C encounter in the administrative capital of Morocco, and that, of course, is Rabat. The Scorchers, of course, the Malawi women's football side, senior football side, are affectionately known as the Scorchers. They owe their famous victory to sisters Temwa and Tabitha Chawinga. So if we talk about the fact that the Chawinga sisters as of course down the Falcons, it is totally and absolutely correct. Who both struck twice as well as once respectively to earn the record 10-time champions a shock and of course road opening day defeat. After a thoroughly contested first half, Temwa broke the deadlock in its 23rd minute. Family run perfectly to beat the offside trap that was set by the Nigerian defense before slotting into an empty net past goalkeeper Chiamaka Nnadozie. And in the 79th minute as well, a younger sister, that was Tabitha Chawinga, also doubled Malawi's advantage after she raced on to a swift counter-attack before she beat both the Nigerian defense as well as Chiamaka Nnadozie to make it 2-0. Nigeria also responded through captain Rashida Ajibade via the penalty spot to reduce the deficit and at least give Nigeria some form of a comeback hope. However, Temwa, that's the elder sister of Tabitha, struck again deep into stoppage time, brilliantly lobbying Nnadozie from distance. Rather scored late on for the Super Falcons, but it proved to only be a consolation just as Malawi held on for a memorable 3-2 victory. The rewards that were promised by the federal government, following their triumph at the 2024 Women's Africa Cup of Nations, the chairman of the National Sports Commission, in person of Malam Shehu Diko, presented the rewards to the team in their hotel right there in Rabat, just a few hours before Nigeria's opening clash against Malawi at the 2026 WAFCON. Well, the parcels that were presented to Ajibade and her teammates are understood to contain the title dog secured, a record extending 10th WAFCON title after producing a dramatic late comeback from 2 goals down to defeat host nation Morocco 3-2 in the final of the 2024 tournament that was played last year. And also following the victory, the president of the country, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, announced a reward package of $100,000 for each player, $50,000 for every member of the technical crew and backroom staff, as well as a 3-bedroom house for each team member and the national honor of Officer of the Order of the Niger. And while the cash rewards, were reportedly paid after the completion of administrative processes, the presentation of the housing document and national honor certificates had been delayed until the team's return to Morocco for this year's tournament. And I'm calling to Malam Shehu, who is the chairman of the National Sports Commission. Of course, he said he was going to be leaving Glasgow. He was initially in Glasgow, for the opening ceremony of the it was called Commonwealth Games 2026, and left for Morocco, to present the keys to the houses, which the president had promised the Super Falcons after they had won the last edition of the WAFCON. And according to him, he decided to delay the presentation of the keys just because they wanted a situation whereby the players will be together. And of course, he said that it was certainly going to be a morale booster just ahead of the 2026 WAFCON. All right, now let's also quickly take a look at other games at the ongoing AFCON. Much later, I will be having the final round of the match day 1 fixtures. But just like we mentioned as well, yesterday we had a couple of games, just 2 games. Yes, of course, Zambia defeating Egypt 6-0, just as Nigeria also fell to the hands of Malawi, with the Chawinga sisters getting the damage done. Well, on Monday we also have Tanzania getting the better of the Banyana of South Africa, just as Ivory Coast also saw off Burkina Faso 4-1. And on that was Sunday, that was the day the games, or rather I say the tournament commenced. We had the host nation Morocco getting the better of Kenya 4-0 in the opening game, just as Algeria also saw off Senegal 2-0. So in case you missed it or you forgot, the Super Falcons of Nigeria, of course, are the defending champions of this tournament, winning 10 out of the last 13 editions, and this of course is the 14th editions, with a couple of changes like with the fact that, and this is also going to be the first time that we'll be having a 16 100% increase at that from $1 million to $2 million. All right, now let's also quickly talk about what the FIFA president wants to do. FIFA president Gianni Infantino has written to all 211 member associations saying that they will receive $40 million if they back his controversial plan, to sell off stakes in its major competitions. Infantino has set a deadline of September 19 for football federations to accept his plans if they want to access an initial $20 million. Well, football's world governing body has said that it wants to create a commercial subsidiary to run its main event, including the FIFA World Cup, as well as external investors being able to buy stakes in it. Well, UEFA, that's the European football governing body, has now accused FIFA of using football to enrich themselves as well as their friends. The incentive, to nations comes less than 24 hours after the bombshell statement that rocked football foundations, quickly leading to condemnation from Europe, Asia, as well as North America. It is also understood that Gianni Infantino even left some of FIFA's 8 vice presidents in the dark about his plan, which it is claimed it could raise around $10 billion. All right, guys, this is still Sports Cruise live from 98.3 FM. The Sun cutting down on a 16-year spell with the Seleção after Brazil's elimination, from the 2026 FIFA World Cup. The 34-year-old Santos forward and a knockout round playoffs, and thereby ending months of speculations over a possible return to the national team. According to him, my time with the national team is over. I made history. I was very happy I gave my blood. I always fought for the yellow jersey, but now I don't want to anymore. Neymar's final appearance for Brazil came in the round of 16 of the recently concluded 2026 FIFA World Cup, that went down against Norway. He converted a stoppage time penalty, but the goal was not enough, to prevent Brazil from crashing out with a 2-1 defeat, thereby ending the country's hopes of winning a 6th World Cup title. Well, the former Barcelona and former PSG star leaves the national team as Brazil's all-time leading men's goal scorer, having netted 80 goals to eclipse Pele's long-standing record of 77 Confederations Cup, as well as the Olympic Games. He was also instrumental in Brazil's triumph at the 2013 FIFA Confederations Cup and captained the country to their maiden Olympic men's football gold medal at the 2016 games, of course, in Rio de Janeiro. Of course, injuries, however, frequently hampered his international career, particularly at the World Cup. A grade 2 calf muscle injury sustained while playing for Santos ruled him out of Brazil's opening 2 matches at the 2026 tournament, and he also returned as a substitute in the team's final group stage clash against Scotland before making another substitute appearance in the last 16 defeats to Norway, where he scored the final goal of his international career.
Just move on up. Move on up. We move on up. Watch out, but just move on up.
All right, now let's also quickly take some transfer stories. English Premier League club Brentford has now announced the departure of Jordan Anderson, who left the club by mutual consent. The 36-year-old joined the Bees from Ajax last summer and played 34 times in 2025-2026 season. The midfielder is also progressing in talks with Chelsea over joining on a free transfer. Brentford told Anderson that since they would not stand in his way if big clubs came in for him, and Chelsea want to add experience to manager Xabi Alonso's squad, and the 36-year-old definitely fit that bill. And speaking to the club's official website, Jordan Anderson, who is a former Liverpool's captain, said he leaves Brentford with a lot of gratitude for the opportunity the club gave to him and for the support and care shown to him and his family, from day one. And most of all, he would like to thank the supporters. Their backing never changed, and the connection they have with the club is clear to see. But also, let me also hear what you make of the move for Jordan Anderson at the age of 36 last season. Chelsea, and at this point in time, we also got in confirmation that Crystal Palace defender, that's Maxence Lacroix, has also joined Chelsea, pending an official announcement. We also have now the imminent deal of Danny Welbeck from Brighton and Hove Albion to Chelsea, and now Jordan Anderson, thereby bringing of course, the average age up for Chelsea with what's it called now, former Bayer Leverkusen star, talking about Granit Xhaka, also being flirting, or rather I say trying as much as possible to reunite with his former manager at Bayer Leverkusen, talking about Xabi Alonso. But 093-6,000-403 6,004. What do you make of this decision from Chelsea to bring in old as well as British signing in person of Morgan Rogers from Aston Villa for the sum of £117 million? All right, guys. Super Eagles striker Todor Kudari has now joined Dutch giants Ajax Amsterdam on a loan deal from Wolverhampton for the 2026-2027 season. The agreement includes an option to buy for Ajax. Todor Kudari will be hoping to join the long list of Nigerians, including Finidi George, Nwankwo Kanu, Tijani Babangida, as well as Sunday Oliseh, who all made big impressions with the former European champions. The 25-year-old both joined Wolverhampton from Belgian Pro League outfit KRC Genk last summer, and of course failed to make much of an impact at the Molyneux Stadium, where he recorded only 3 goals and 1 assist in 33 league appearances for the Old Gold. Aᴅᴇᴜ was also a top scorer in the Belgian Pro League during the 2024-2025 season. All right, now let's also go back home very quickly to the Nigeria Premier Football League. Jonathan Mariga has now joined the MPFL side Bendel Insurance. Well, it was signed from NNL side Wiki Tourist, and it was one of the standout performers for the 𝐴ᴏᴜ last season. Mariga grabbed 14 goals as well as 3 assists for the Wiki Tourist, and he also signed a 2-year contract with the Benin Arsenals, talking about Benden Insurance. They would also be hoping that their striker makes an immediate impact in the team next season. The 2026 F1 season is set to end in Europe in the event that the final 2 scheduled races in Qatar and Abu Dhabi need to be relocated because of the ongoing conflict in the Middle East, according to the F1 president in person of Stefano Domenicali. The sports bosses were previously forced to cancel April races in Bahrain and Saudi Arabia, and also announced over the weekend that the Bahrain Grand Prix will now be hosted by Malaysia in October. Bahrain's inability to host the event back in October also raised doubt over whether the final 2 rounds of the season, that in Qatar from the 27th of November down to the 29th of November, as well as Abu Dhabi from 4th December to 6th December, would also be able to go ahead in their planned locations. Speaking to reporters earlier on today, Domenicali insisted that he is still hopeful of the calendar remaining as it currently stands, and that F1 will wait until its mid-September deadline before making their decision. And as it stands, of course, that Kimi Antonelli still remains at the top seed when it comes to the Drivers' Championship, 50 points just ahead of his next challenger. And that person, of course, is the one as Sir Lewis Hamilton. And when it comes to the construction stable, we have Mercedes leading the proceedings with 14 podium finishes, 8 wins and 379 points. Following in second behind Mercedes is Ferrari with 9 podium finishes, 2 wins and 307 points. But for the drivers, standings, just like I said, first we have Kimi Antonelli, 9 podium finishes, 6 wins, 219 points. Second, we also have 7-time F1 Drivers' Championship winner, talking about Sir Lewis Hamilton, and now with Ferrari with 5 podium finishes, 1 win, as well as 169 points. George Russell, Ferrari has won 8 races out of the last 10. We also had over the course of the last, that was the last Grand Prix. Lando Norris, the defending champion, will currently sit in the 5th position, getting his first win as well as McLaren's first win. And as it stands for Lando Norris, he's been able to get 3 podium finishes with 128 points to his name.
There's only one kind, so hush not, child, and don't cry. Move on up and keep on wishing. Remember your dream is your only scheme, so keep on pushing.
In the studio for the 5 minutes gone past 6 p.m. Of course, you can join the conversations around 36,000 for ones, around 36,000 for ones. Let's move into football proper.
Must be safe, but you can pass the test. Just move on.
All right, let's also talk about some transfer stories. Bradley Barcola, where does he play his football next season? Could it be Liverpool or it could be Arsenal? Signing the winger has been a priority for Liverpool ever since the departure of Mo Salah. Arsenal as well are still holding an interest in Bradley Barcola, who has 2 years left on his PSG contract and is said to be frustrated over a lack of game time in the big matches for PSG last season. And after preliminary talks with its representatives. Liverpool have prepared an opening offer and are set to formalize their interest with an official approach. Well, for Bradley Barcola, he also has 2 years left on his PSG contract and has also indicated that he will not be signing a new one amid frustrations at a lack of game time. World dollar has been very, very high, and we also understand that PSG valued the French international as high as £145 million. However, other sources, have now indicated that it could be around £128.5 million as well. What the success of Andoni Raola's teams at Beaumont as well as Rayo Vallecano centered around the pace, energy, and work rate from his winger. So Barcola could yet again be a key piece of the Spaniards' new Liverpool's jigsaw. Well, for Arsenal as well, they're also still looking for a new winger. Well, of course, it could be possible that Arsenal could perhaps decide to bring in the Frenchman, of course, who just won the Champions League with PSG back-to-back, in my own opinion, but had to be content with coming off the bench in both finals. Kvaratskhelia, of course, who arrived from Napoli back in January 2025, established himself as the first choice on place, of course, in a big team. Definitely wants to leave. So the calling drum for Barcola right now is, does he go to Arsenal or he goes to Anfield of Liverpool? Well, for Arsenal as well, they're also talking about the fact that I'm looking at seeing if they could possibly get the deal for Brazilian winger. Talking about Vinicius Junior. In my own opinion, of course, that deal is dead on arrival. All right, now let's also quickly take a look at Premier League's, of course, major summer transfer deals so far. As you all know, this is perhaps the time where clubs are now trying much as possible to strengthen their side. Of course, looking at how much they can bring in players, that would be of help to them. Of course, from blockbuster signings, to surprise moves. Even to contract renewals too as well. Deadline day drama, which is gonna be upon us very, very soon. Of course, the transfer window is definitely eating up. Clubs are now spending millions of money. Agents as well are working overtime, even as fans are even also refreshing their timelines on social media, on Facebook, on X, on YouTube, looking for that here we go sign, of course. But beyond the rumors, what are those deals that make sense when it comes to the English Premier League? Well, the defending champion, talking about Arsenal, completed the signing of Greek winger Christos Zolis from Club Brugge after he registered 17 goals and 23 assists in the Belgian Pro League. That was last season. Well, he comes in as a direct replacement for Leandro Trossard, who joined Besiktas. Jacob Kiwior's loan move to Porto was also made permanent, with Piero Incapié's loan from Bayer Leverkusen being converted into a permanent deal. Goalkeeper Ilan Meslier has also joined on a free transfer from Leeds United. Aston Villa as well have also overhauled their midfield by signing Alejandro. Of course, Manzambi was trying much as possible to join Newcastle, but Newcastle couldn't get the job. They've also signed Joao Gomez from Wolverhampton Wanderers, as well as Modu Kebasisa from Lask. Morgan Rogers has also moved to Chelsea at the FIFA World Cup. Who you feel your club should be signing before the end of the summer? Deciding to rebuild their midfield with the Rancho and Tare Malaysia have also left following the expiration. All right, we have a first caller on the show this evening. What didn't do that?
I don't even understand.
But they've signed Solis already. Piero Incapié's loan from Bayer Leverkusen has also been converted to a permanent deal.
Yes. Bradley Barcola, yes.
Also try much as possible to also pick some calls. You can send us messages Spanish clubs like Barcelona, like Real Madrid. Of course, the likes of Athletic Club Bilbao. Of course, the summer in the MPFL is also eating up. We have, a couple of players moving from tough.
Just move on up. A piece of your mind. So hush not, child, and don't cry. Your folks might understand you by and by.
Because Real Madrid star Vinicius Junior remains the transfer focus for Mikel Arteta, rather, as well as the others right there at Arsenal, with a deal explore to Emirates Stadium. Look to taking it. His international teammate Bruno Guimaraes is also another firm target, with some claims also made that an agreement remains an option in defense following the injury to William Saliba, and more permanent departures look likely, with Fabio Vieira and Reiss Nelson just two names that could be moving on. Well, they know about the context of this transfer window, from the ownership to the board, the sporting director as well as himself. They all individuals, and they have identified where they have opportunities to grow and to improve and involve their game. While Arsenal also still awaiting possible positive developments, on the future of Vinicius Junior, Florentino Perez also handed them what could yet prove to be a huge boost in their quest to retain their Premier League crown. Internally at Real Madrid, Rodri is a name that has been frequently discussed for some time, but that is a deal that has never looked feasible. Let's try much as possible to pick some calls in our 36410. You're welcome to the show. Good evening to you.
Hello, Batomi, good evening.
Babami, good evening. You're welcome to the show.
It's Chris from Ikeja.
You're welcome, Mr. Chris.
Happy birthday to Ope. Ope is not, they celebrate now.
Yeah, Baba, they celebrate too.
That's they make it celebrate well.
Of course,
wishing well,
very needed.
wishing well. All the best to him. Many more years ahead.
Amen.
Ope, Agwatobi, my check is on this African Women Nations Cup that's going on now.
Okay.
See, these ladies are patriotic. When we talk about patriotic Nigerians now, NFF should do the right thing and give them whatever it takes for them to retain that trophy. We don't want stories. I know they can still pull through. Because if they can pull through against Zambia, they are good to go.
I agree with you.
But they should do the right thing for them, please. Whatever it is, let the president's wife talk to them. Whoever it is, let them talk to these guys so that they get their heads straight and get back to this competition, please.
Okay, let's see how 1073-6410. And talking about the Super Falcons just before we leave, of course, Christy Uchebe, the Super Falcons midfielder, has now promised at that time, they are ready to give their best against Zambia and try to get through the next stage of the competition. Let's try as much as possible to pick more calls. Good evening and welcome to the show.
Hello,
Baba, you're welcome. What's the name? Where you coming from?
This is Michael.
Michael, Baba, how you doing?
Yeah, I've been wanting to call you since the time you come back, but on Friday they don't allow me. I will keep that one. And I need to wish Ofe an happy birthday. God, how I wish I'm somewhere around that place where he is. So I can just buy the whole world for the guy. Like, seriously, I wish him this very long life and prosperity.
Thank you.
I really, really wish him well.
Thank you.
And then I just, in terms of player to buy, I just don't know why. I wish Barcelona gets hand on the Julian Alvarez. That deal is
Julian Alvarez.
Yes.
But they've signed Karim Adeyemi already.
Adeyemi is a winger. He's not a striker.
Okay.
A striker for them
Thank
has
you.
already left, which is Lewandowski.
Thank you.
And they really need a point man.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate that, Michael. Yes, we appreciate that one. We also have a message here on WhatsApp. This person says, good evening to you guys in the studio. I'm an Arsenal fan, and Arsenal should try as much as possible, to complete the deal for Vinicius Junior. In my own opinion, just like I said, I don't think that deal, will... All right, guys, we have to leave the studio very, very shortly. But before we leave, we have a message as well on WhatsApp. Dimeji Logun from Songwater, who says he's just quite confused about Arsenal's lack of signing players. It looks like the issue is only for Arsenal fans, because most of, rather I say majority of the, what's it called now, opinions we've gotten, have come from Arsenal fans. He says, how long will it take Arsenal to keep exploring players? Chelsea wasted no time to sign Rodgers and co, yet Arsenal are still searching. Well, long may they continue to search. All right, guys, that's the start of the package. Talking about the midweek edition of Sports Cruise live on 98.3 FM at the sound of Lagos. But before I leave, I just want to take time, out of this very, very short moment to wish my co-host a very, very happy birthday in person of ᴑᴜᴜ Akeni, the man with the most, aka MC, the Sultans of MC. Happy birthday to you, long life. And I'm very, very sure that wherever he is right now is currently listening. All right, guys, thank you so much. That's the size of the package. We'll make a return to the studio this time tomorrow from 6 p.m. down to 7 p.m. And it's also going to be more time for you guys to join us. Don't forget that Thursdays, is the final edition of the English show, of Sports Cruise, while Thursdays is the Yoruba version of the show, Lori Dog Papa, from 6 p.m. down to 8 p.m.